Hey guys, what's up? It's CT out in the garage. It's full-blown summertime and it's hot. I haven't even started and I'm sweating, so bear with me. Maybe running a little slower. Don't really have a plan, but let's do a little quick shop update, look at a couple things, and see if we can jump on a project. Check it out. Alright, what is going on in CT's garage? Well, if you saw the last episode, you saw Mike from Mike Effen's garage here, and we did a few things, but the main thing we ended up doing was taking this spring plate off, and the reason we took it off is because it's bent. So I need to find a replacement one. If any of you guys have one, let me know. But I'll be needing a new one of those. And look at how rusty everything was. Surprisingly, the bolts came right off, and amazingly, the seal is still pliable. It's it just goes to show, I think this truck, this bus, this transporter, van, whatever you want to call it, had very low mileage. Just a few things that I've seen, other than the extreme rust because it was sitting outside. But look at that. Look how well preserved that paint on the inside of this cap was. So this is the original bushing, and here are the new ones. Torsion Garment says what grommet set from Wolfsburg West. These are the brand new ones. Let me open up one real quick and I'll show you the comparison. Alright, let's open up this new pack that we got from Wolfsburg West, and we'll compare the to the new one, the old one to the new one. Honestly guys, the old one is in great condition. Pretty wild. Look at that. I'm not sure. I'll probably replace them, but man, they're just in unbelievable condition. It's pretty cool. Anyway, thought you'd like to see that. So what else is going on? Wanted to show you this new manual I got. I actually got two. Alright, so I picked up an original 1962 Volkswagen Transporter instruction manual. This would have come with the truck back in the day, the Transporter. It's in rough shape, but I got it for $15, so that's why I picked it up. I figured for 15 bucks it'd be cool to have, and if I can find one later on for a decent price, I'll pick it up. That's in better condition, but right now this is perfect. Look how detailed those pictures are. I don't know if that's an actual photo or if they had to draw those, but it's pretty amazing how clear it is. But these are like your basic operating instructions for the vehicle. It's really cool. Shows you all kinds of, information about the identification plate and the number and where it's located, and how to adjust the belt and the spark plugs and the timing and all stuff like that. So once these manuals in good condition are going for like $100 each. It's kind of crazy, but I got this one for 15 bucks. And it's pretty cool. It shows you all of your basic maintenance needs, like changing the oil, checking the shocks and the brakes, and adjusting a tune-up to carburetor and all that stuff. So pretty cool. It's also got this really cool diagram of the bus in here. Where is it? It's got a couple of really cool diagrams. This one shows you the underbelly. It's a really neat visual of all of the components. It's pretty cool. The lubrication chart. Lubricants. It's got all the really cool technical data information. Look at the inside of that transmission. How cool is that? And there's brakes, adjusting the brakes. Gonna need that soon. Everything. It's pretty detailed, and it's gonna come in really handy. And I don't have to worry about messing it up because it's already all messed up. So, this book I've had. This is a great fix 'em up book. You know, it's got plenty of information about how to work on old Volkswagens, but this one is specific to my truck. I'll get to this in a minute. This is like the holy grail of the workshop manuals, 1950 to 1962. So I picked this up from Wolfsburg West. It's not cheap. It's about $100, but it is packed full of maintenance and repair. Basically everything you need to know how to fix and repair any of the mechanical stuff. Let me get you a little closer here and we'll just thumb through it real quick. Some of the pages. I feel bad because I'm gonna get this beautiful white paper all dirty, but it is what it is. But you know, sadly the pictures aren't as detailed in quality as the original manual. Like this one, you can see they've been kind of, however they copied them over the years or whatever, they've lost some of their detail. But the original, these are obviously reprints, but the original was probably more detailed as far as the quality of the picture. But overall, it's still not bad. And this goes into extreme detail of every aspect of working on these vehicles. I mean, extremely mechanical detail, that stuff that I may never even do, but it'll be cool to have at least. Check out that engine test bench. Let me bring you in a little closer. Check. The other thing that's really cool about these old manuals is some of the tools and test equipment that you see in the pictures. Check out that old engine stand. Look how cool that is. Look at all the meters and the buttons and the switches and stuff. They got the engine on there. They're testing it. So breaking in, running in, and inspection, that'll come in handy. Major overhauled engines. Goes into detail about what you need to do and how you need to do it. Power curves. I mean, there's some extremely detailed information in here, and it's going to come in handy for even doing some basic stuff. So unfortunately, it's going to get sweat dripped all over it, and it's going to get dirty and greasy, but it is what it is. It'll be well used and loved, hopefully, and it's just nice to look at, really. There's so much cool stuff in here, so much cool information. But I mean, look at this. Pulling out the torsion bars. Check out the hammer he's using. Some interesting tools that they have. Every detail of talking about, you know, pulling out the steering wheel and the switcher and the blinker and the shocks and everything. So it even shows you in detail how to take the transmission apart, which I might do on this one just to get the experience. maybe take the transmission completely apart, clean it, inspect it, and put it back together. I think that'd be a cool learning experience. Anyway guys, we'll be referencing this book many times in the coming weeks and months and probably years, so stay tuned for that. So we've got the workshop manual, we've got the instruction manual, and somebody left this on my outside my door the other day. It's the second magazine somebody's left outside my house. I think I have a neighbor or somebody that knows I like Volkswagens and stuff, so they've been dropping off some books. But this is there's a pretty cool article in this Hagerty magazine that you guys should check out. There's a few different articles that are really cool in here, but there's one in here about a bus that they found. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. So they found this bus here, and see, there's the sweat. I'm sweating all over the phone, all over everything. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So anyway, I'm just going to give you a quick look at this. I'm not going to go into detail, but you could probably look this up online or pick up one of these magazines. It's pretty cool. But look at that bus they found. The 1966 Volkswagen bus was a foot soldier in the civil rights movement. It goes into detail about where they found it, how they rescued it, and I think they're putting it in the Smithsonian. It's pretty cool. Anyway guys, check that out. Some pretty cool reading and interesting history on that. But this is a good magazine. I've never actually read this magazine before. I've seen Hagerty on YouTube, Hagerty channel, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. There's some shop update stuff, manuals and stuff. We'll be using those soon. What else? What else is going on? Oh, the welder. I tried to use the welder for the first time in 6 months, and I had my buddy come over. He was going to show me how to weld, because I've never actually welded before. I know this welder works because when I bought it from my buddy 6 months ago, we plugged it in and he did do a quick weld here in the garage on something, just something real fast to show me that it worked, and then I parked it over here in the corner and haven't used it since. But the tank was about a quarter of the way full, and I had messed around with it and left the valve open, and it has since completely emptied itself. So I need to get the tank filled up first before I can use it, and And I'll be doing that soon, hopefully this week, and then we can start messing around with doing some basic welding stuff just so I can kind of get used to it and make sure it works properly and everything. But yeah, I don't really have any. Well, I'm gonna try to get this steering wheel off, I guess. I was throwing this idea around. I'm gonna try, let's try and use this puller. It's not really designed for the steering wheel, but I think it'll work. We just need to get a big piece of wood that we can slip over this shaft here, and I'll take this little adapter off. So we've got a flat surface. We'll put a piece of wood here and take the claws and attach them with some bolts to the wood and see if we can pull that thing off of there. So let's jump on that. Hang on, let's see what happens. Alright guys, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to cut a piece of this wood. We'll get like a square and we'll put a little notch in it, and this will be our main piece that we can attach to. Needs to be about, I'm just going to do like a 12 by 12, I think. So let's get this cut, see if that works. Okay, so the idea here is we'll put a notch. We're going to notch it here so we can slide up over the steering wheel as far back as we can, and then we'll be able to attach the puller. See if that works. Alright, so we want to do a notch in the middle. It's about 2 inches wide or so. Let's do let's see if that's wide enough. Alright, yeah, that should do it, and we want to go. We're going to go back, let's see, I don't know, about 6 inches or so, maybe 4, 5, let's go 5, see how that works. It doesn't have to be exactly precise, but just enough to get over. Yeah, we're pretty damn close right in the center there. So we need to cut here, cut that notch out, and it should slip over the steering wheel, and then we should be able to attach this a couple different places. Pull it off, hopefully. Drill some holes, figure out where we're going to do it. Well, I sure hope this works. Sometimes you just have to think outside the box and get a little creative. Alright, let's see if that fits over it. Well, we got plenty of clearance there. So that's the idea, is I may have made the slot a little too big. Let's try it anyway and see what happens. We gotta get this plate off. Some little flatheads. We'll get that off real quick. Alright, we've got that little grounding bracket loose from the steering wheel so we can get it flat. We can get the wood up against this nice and flat and hopefully pull it here. The one thing I might need to do, I might need to cut another piece because I think I cut this too big. Now there's not enough. Yeah, I cut it too big, so I need to cut it. I'm gonna recut. I'm gonna cut another piece. Stand by. All right, guys, we got the new piece cut. A little bit thinner this time, so we got a little more support under the steering wheel. So the wood is going up underneath, right up against the, could have made it just even a little bit tighter, but that's pretty close. So let's get the, we need to figure out where to put our holes, and hopefully this will work. There's the extra hand. All right. All right, let's see if we got a drill bit big enough for these. Where are my drill bits? I got this. Might be too big. I think I got a whole set of those somewhere. Ooh, that might be perfect. Let's try that. If that doesn't work, then we'll dig in here for some more. I think there we go. I got these here. Okay, let's give it a shot. Actually, let's try this, because I've got this drill set up with the adapter. Just goes right in there. So let's see, is this big enough? Oh my God, it's perfect. Awesome. Okay, let's see what happens. Alright, so we're going to clean these up with some PB Blaster, clean up the threads a little bit, put these washers on there, and hopefully that'll give us what we need as far as space. Stand by. Alright, I've got an assortment of different washers and spacers here. Hopefully that'll give us what we need. Alright guys, let's see if this thing works. Oh, I hope it does. Oh. Okay, well that just popped off. Can't really tell what's happening. I think the board's bending. Yeah, the board is popping and cracking. That steering wheel is on there, man. Jeez. That should be coming off. think it might be moving a little bit. It's tight. It is really tight. I can't believe the steering wheel is on that tight. That's crazy. Like the board is bending. Probably needs to be steel. I just can't believe it's that tight. That's crazy. I was hoping that would work. Yeah, board is just popping, cracking. Wow, unbelievable. Seemed like it was trying. Wow. Try it again. Board's gonna crack. Can't believe it. Can't believe that. Jeez. The board just snapped. And the steering wheel's not budging at all. Wow. Crazy. Didn't even friggin' budge. Damn it. Well guys, it is not coming off. The wood started to crack, so the pressure on the steering wheel is stronger than that wood. It was tight. It got real tight, and there was a lot of pressure on it. I'm surprised that it's that tight. I just can't believe why it needs to be designed that way. It's pretty wild. I mean, I guess you don't want the steering wheel falling off, but it's got a nut and everything. You think it would wouldn't have to be that tight, but woo, it's on there. Anyway, I thought that might be a good idea. Obviously it failed. I think that puller actually will work, but I need a piece of steel to attach it to so that it doesn't break. So that'll be my next adventure here. Maybe I can put 2 pieces of steel and butt them up here and attach the 3 legs. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll continue this in the next video. See you guys later. Oh, and yeah, it's still hot. I am drenched, totally drenched. It feels great, I love it, but it's makes it a little difficult to work. See you guys.